Oh, how the tables have turned for Activision. This time they're on the filing end of a lawsuit against a German cheat service responsible for Warzone and Call of Duty exploits.
And the Consumer Electronics Show just happened. Bunch of cool new announcements coming out of there. We got all that news and more right now on Gaming News Weekly. What's up, everybody? Gaming News Weekly is back with another episode. We are the best weekly video game news show out there, and we're bringing you all that sweet video game news that you need to know. My name is E-Rock the Red. I am joined by Full Clip. What's going on, buddy? How are you today?
Oh, doing good. A little chilly, buried in the snow, but all right. How are you?
I'm doing good. Yeah, we were just talking about how we both got a little snowy today. We had a fun snow day out there, making snow angels, making snow people.
Snow pea.
Snow pea. Don't eat that. Don't eat the yellow snow. Words to live by, children. Do not eat the yellow snow. Only eat the white and the brown. So what's been up? What have you been up to other than playing in the snow? You been doing anything fun?
You know, I'm still on that Call of Duty Atomic Camo grind. It's eating at my soul a little bit. This past week we had, I know you got in on the multiplayer a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
We had the quadruple XP or something crazy like that. It was just double XP across the board. Even with that, it was so hard to level up some of these guns. I tried to take advantage of it as I could, but man, it's a grind. Definitely.
You're going to be playing that until the next. You're going to hit it right when the next Call of Duty comes out.
Probably, and I won't be able to show it off, and what will have been the point?
Yep. Yeah, that's cool. What's the weapon you've been working on? What's been the hardest?
The hardest is the launchers. They're kind of broken. A couple of the last ones, or at least one of the last ones. Yeah, it's like destroy 3 kill streaks in one match 30 times total. But I have one so far with this weapon because it doesn't even actually kill the aerial streaks, which is a problem. And then you're basically left up to dogs. And if you don't kill 3 dogs,
that's the whole point of them.
Yeah,
is the planes and shit. What's the point of having them if you can't shoot those down?
Yeah, it's been a grind. It's going to be a grind. What have you been into?
I've been playing more Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm really getting into that.
Nice.
And then I just started playing on one of the newest PlayStation Plus games is a game called Deep Rock Galactic. So I started that. I've been playing that. So it's a 4-player co-op game. We'll get into it in our new releases because that's the one game that came out. But I haven't played co-op yet. So it's a 4-player co-op. I haven't got into the co-op. I just got in there to kind of learn the dynamics of the game in preparation for hopefully a nice gaming session with some friends this weekend where we are a bunch of dwarven miners trying to kill aliens.
Nice.
But yeah, that being said, let's get into it. Let's talk about our new releases from last week. Again, I say new releases. It's really just new release. And even then, it's not even that new. This game has been out for a long time. So it was out in early access in 2018 on PC. And then 2020 came out on PC and Xbox. And now it is finally available for PlayStation systems, PS4 and PS5. And it was put out for free, with the PlayStation Plus subscription. So this just came out on January 4th. And yeah, like I said, it's a 4-player co-op game. It's like a sci-fi game where you're like these dwarves and you have to mine for stuff. And the game loop, the hook of it is really good. You go out there, you mine, and then you upgrade your stuff. There's things saying it's like Minecraft meets what was it? Starship Troopers is what one of the taglines was, and I was like, sold. But I've never played Minecraft. But yeah, this is so all the environments are 100% destructible. They're all procedurally generated. And you just go in there and there's aliens come at you and you got to get this stuff to upgrade your stuff. but yeah, I could see having a lot of fun with this. I'm excited to get in there with 3 other people and see what that's all about. But yeah, that was our big release this past week.
Nice.
Hopefully it'll pick up in the coming weeks, so we at least have something to talk about.
Yeah, I remember seeing this game when it was announced the last time for the original release, and it looked pretty interesting. And I definitely like taking like 2 games and saying that it's this game mixed with that one. What I had down for this was No Man's Sky meets Borderlands. It's sort of got that terrain manipulation that the No Man's Sky had, but
Absolutely.
It looks really awesome.
As soon as I booted it up, I was like, this looks a lot like No Man's Sky. And I wonder if it has something to do with like it also being procedurally generated, where it just has the same aesthetic where like, all right, let's put in like all this stuff and just see how it turns out. But it's been a lot of fun. So looking forward to playing that more. That also came out with we're talking about it, PlayStation Plus games for last month, Dirt 5 and Persona 5 Strikers. So I haven't played either of those, but I'm gonna get into those as well. But that's a perfect segue into our news of the week. This whole show, I'm going to segue flawlessly into each new topic. Just watch. So those were our free PlayStation Plus games from last week. This week, let's talk about the new Game Pass games that were announced for January. This is already shaping up to be a huge month. They're starting 2022 very strong. So first up, Mass Effect Legendary Edition coming to Game Pass. Now this is all 3 of the Mass Effect games plus the 40 DLC add-ons and fully improved, like remastered. Mass Effect 1, they updated all like the game, the way it plays. It's not as clunky. So that's huge. Another one that just announced too, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Extraction. Day 1, that's going to be coming to Game Pass. And hang on, there's a bunch of other ones. I have the list here. Gorogoa, Olija. Now, these are actually games. I'm not just having a stroke or just saying random syllables. I promise you. The Pedestrian, Ember, Outer Wilds. That's another one that I'm super psyched to play. Have you ever played that one?
No.
I've heard great things about it. It's just like an exploration type game. Spelunky 2, The Anacrusis, that's a game preview, so the full one will come out on Game Pass at some point in the future, but that's just a preview. And then, again, Rainbow Six Extraction. So that's just the first half of the month. They're going to do another announcement in a couple weeks for the second half of the month. It's crazy.
Nice.
So I'm telling you, man, they're killing it with this. I just bought 2 years of Game Pass Ultimate. I'm set for a while. So now I just got to get an Xbox or a gaming PC or something so that I'm not just stuck to playing the cloud games. Because like I said, they're crushing it.
Yeah, they keep pushing it, and I think that could be a reason why we have such good titles on the PlayStation games this month. Deep Rock Galactic being the first in my memory that's like a brand new release to be one of the free with your PlayStation subscription.
Yeah, they do it occasionally, not as much, but yeah, more so for the PS5 games that are coming out, and never like a huge title, it's never like there have been some Destruction All-Stars, Bug Snacks, both of those came out day and date for PS5, and those were they were gonna be titles, standalone titles, but not like huge AAA titles or whatever. But yeah, just having Mass Effect Legendary on there, now that's part of the EA thing that is also included in the Game Pass, which actually leads me to another little side thing. In addition to the Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Extraction being announced for that, they also announced that Ubisoft Plus, which is their subscription service, right now only available as cloud-based gaming. So it's on Stadia, and a couple of the other cloud based gaming things. But that they said was also coming to Xbox. Now, they didn't say Xbox Game Pass. They said it's coming to Xbox. So you could play it over the cloud through an Xbox. You might even be able to download those games. And what that is, that's the same thing. Like it's just Ubisoft games that you could play day and date as they come out, like Riders Republic and Far Cry 6 and those games. But now I'm wondering if they're going to somehow, Xbox is going to do some magic and get that included in the Game Pass lineup. They already announced that Rainbow Six Extraction is included. So
that would be cool.
Dude, that would be insane if they could get those games on top of all the huge catalog they've gotten so far.
That'd be really cool. Hopefully what we don't see happen, because I can see that flipping the other way too. Just like we have a streaming right now, everybody thinks that they've got to have their streaming service so they can pinch that last little dime out of us. Hopefully we don't see the Ubisoft one, the Rockstar one, and all of those, rather than all of those great titles combined into the Xbox, as if that were like the Netflix of streaming.
Yeah, like if you have to get them all separate now. Yeah, that's the thing. And then with games though, you got to like weigh the price comparison. It's different with like a Netflix and Paramount Plus and Peacock and all those things, because there's always stuff that you could consume on there. Like with a game, I mean, you'll play a new game, but like it's only gonna be for so long until then you go back to play the same game you've been playing countless times.
Yeah.
It's nice. That's what I love about this Game Pass service is that like I'm playing mostly indie games on here. Like I'm about to start the Gunk, which I've heard was a great game, and you could beat that in like a handful, like 4 or 5 hours. And I was like, that's exactly what I want, especially the way I'm doing it. I'm sitting at my computer doing that, and instead of like at my console or whatever. But I say that weird. When I say my computer, I don't mean like my gaming PC. I'm like sitting on my couch, my laptop on my lap, playing these video games. So it's a little different. But so a lot of great things coming. I really do get excited about the game announcements every month coming to Game Pass. I hope that PlayStation could follow suit and do something similar, because their Xbox is just, I mean, that's all that people are talking about is the stuff coming to Xbox and to Game Pass. So we'll see. Hopefully they'll work on something. All right, next up, let's talk about Consumer Electronics Show. CES 2022 just took place, surprisingly, in person. They had a whole expo thing set up and now what this is, it's all like electronics, TVs and computers and all sorts of stuff. So there's not usually a ton of video game announcements. Kind of peripherally, there is. So they had like a Killer Instinct Pro arcade cabinet was one of the cool announcements. And then a bunch of new TVs. There's some beautiful like Sony TVs that are like OLED ready for PS5. There's these foldable OLED laptops which look crazy. Now, I mean, I know laptops are foldable already, but I'm talking like full screen like craziness. But one of the big announcements was the PSVR 2. Officially announced by Sony at this event. Some details on that are the name. So we got PSVR 2 is the official name. They also announced the Sense controllers. So this is similar to the DualSense controllers that we have with the PlayStation 5, haptic feedback, all that sort of thing. And then some details about the actual PSVR system. So it's going to have an OLED display with a 2000 by 2040 per eye panel resolution. And then the headset will also support 90 hertz and 120 hertz with a field of view of approximately 110 degrees. They also noted that there will be 4 cameras on the headset and a controller tracking IR camera for per eye tracking. So your movements and the direction you look are reflected in-game without a need for an external camera. So I thought that was pretty cool. Well, yeah, I have a PSVR now, and I'm on the fence about getting a new one. I don't use it as much as I would like. Every time I do play it, I enjoy it. Like, I have fun playing Beat Saber and Resident Evil and that sort of thing. Like, but it's not as often. And maybe like once every couple of weeks, I'll play it.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I've got a little bit of experience with VR, mainly the Oculus Quest 2. And I looked at a comparison just to know where sort of the baselines are for the PSVR 2. And it looks like in just about every category, it just ekes ahead of the Quest 2.
Really?
But this is using, this is a big upgrade from the last PSVR, which required the camera and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas this is more like the Quest 2, where it's just all in the headset. So that is an extremely nice feature. And then that haptic feedback seems really cool, too. Like, in the headset itself.
Yeah, that would be sweet. I don't know much about it. They just announced that they have haptic feedback as a feature, whether it's just in the controllers or what. I'm not certain. The one thing now is the Oculus one, is that, or Meta Quest 2, is that wireless? It is, right?
It's 100% wireless for the built-in games. You can also tether that to your PC if you have a graphics card through USB, and you can run like stronger games or harder to run games through your PC.
Gotcha. Okay. So yeah, I know the PSVR 2, they've said that it will be wired again. So that's one of the downsides. But also at the same time, if you could get that to where you're fine with the wire, like, it's definitely a plus. Like, you'll be able to run much better games if you're connected to your very powerful PlayStation 5.
Absolutely.
So it's exciting. I again was unsure if I was gonna pick one up. I guess it's gonna depend on price and all that stuff. There was no price or anything announced for that. The only thing they said was that they're hoping to get it out for holiday 2022. So, I'm sure a lot more information will be coming out before then. One thing that they did announce, though, that like kind of got me a little bit excited: Horizon Call of the Mountain. It is a new Horizon game built for the PlayStation VR system. So that right there, the Horizon world is dope. It's such a fun world to play in. I can't imagine what that would look like in VR. So
yeah, that's got to be awesome, because that's a game that just everything feels so snappy and perfect about the movement and the action when you're seeing it go down.
Yeah, they do a great job with that. I think Guerrilla Games. They don't mess around. Everything is really perfect, and I believe that they do a great job on a VR game as well. And on top of that, it's like the scale in that. Like, so you got these giant monsters, these giant dinosaurs. Now, something like that in VR, dude, that's what it's all about. When like it's just like when you look up and you see like these giant dinosaurs right next to you and stuff. So that'll be pretty dope. So it might get me. What really got me to get the current iteration was going to Best Buy would have these demos set up, and you could go and you could play these games, and I played it, and it was the first time I ever had a VR headset on, and I could not believe it, dude. I got so sick playing it the one time, like I was like, oh my god, I can't get this, but I was so amazed that I was like, I have to get it and worry about the sickness afterwards, because it was, but yeah, I came out of it. It was like I played for like 5 minutes, and I was sweating. I was like yeah. Good.
Yeah, that's one other upgrade that's coming with that PSVR over the Quest 2. It's got the OLED screen in it, so that means when it's black, the pixels are off. So hopefully the face sweat, that's a big problem for me too with VR. Hopefully that'll help solve that, though.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, another thing featured at CES were graphics cards. Lots and lots of graphics cards. So, this is where I throw things to full clip for our graphics cards corner. Take it away.
Oh, yeah. All right, so Nvidia announced their new highest end of the spectrum and lowest end of the spectrum for the 30 series GPUs. We did talk previously, earlier last year, I guess, now technically, but not that long ago. We talked about the 40 series sort of being leaked in different ways, some of the prices that those might come out as, but we also talked about some of these 3090 series cards as well. So the high-end card is going to be the 3090 Ti. It's not been announced the exact price that it's going to be, but you can bet that it's probably going to be expensive. but powerful. It'll be the most powerful card that they've released so far, with 24 gigs of GDDR6 memory, and that is with 320 tensor cores, 40 shader cores, 78 ray tracing cores, which, you got me as to what each of those do. I do know what ray tracing is. That's like lighting stuff, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So that's going to be at the high end, and we don't know exactly when it's going to release yet, but they say by the end of the month we should hear something further. Then on the lower end of things, this is your entry-level card, so it's going to be the 3050. We do know that the price is going to be about 250, so the cheapest card that they've come out with in a while. But they're saying don't be fooled by the low price. It's probably an upgrade, if you have a mid-range card from a few generations ago. This according to what's come out so far, it sits closer to about 8 gigs of the GDDR6 memory. But they do say, which is impressive for it's a lower end card, but it is going to support ray tracing. So Minecraft is going to look better than it ever has.
Nice. That's what you need, dude. That's sweet looking Minecraft.
Oh yeah.
Very cool. It sounds like, a lot more options when it comes to that stuff is always a good thing. And I was reading about the amount of, lower end, I guess price wise. There's still quality cards that are coming out, but you don't have to break the bank in order to get something that's going to make your games look great. So that's always good.
That is assuming you can get your hands on them, because as we all know, scalpers probably going to gobble these up as fast as they come out.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's exciting. So that CES was in person. One thing that we just found out will not be in person. E3, the in-person event has been canceled officially. So now it wasn't even really officially announced that they were going to have an in-person event, but they were hoping to do one. They haven't had one since 2019. The event that they had last year was just kind of, I don't know, it was kind of just thrown together with these dates. They're like, here, these are the dates for E3. And then they had a bunch of like indie digital press conferences and, a couple bigger showcases. But, EA and Sony, they've been out of E3 for a few years now. So they weren't there. And a couple of the other big names didn't prepare anything for last year's E3. So now that we know that this is officially canceled again, the in-person event, it'll be interesting to see what this digital event is going to look like. So the creators, the board for E3, did issue a statement saying, due to the ongoing health risks surrounding COVID-19 and its potential impact on the safety of exhibitors and attendees, E3 will not be held in person in 2022. We remain incredibly excited about the future of E3 and look forward to announcing more details soon. So that's pretty much all we've got. They don't, again, no dates or anything. This to me is just another, even when E3 was still in person, I've been kind of sensing the death of E3 for a few years now. We've had a couple, like I said, Sony dropped out, EA dropped out. They choose to do their own shows. A couple times Sony did shows the same week in a central location to E3, but in an entirely different area. So they were kind of like piggybacking off of E3, and that worked out for them. But now with everything going digital, they don't need E3. Like everybody, and we've seen it recently. I mean, Nintendo puts out very popular directs. Sony has their State of Play. Xbox recently did a showcase, entirely digital. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see what E3 has in store, what they have to offer. I mean, even like have the Game Awards, like ton of huge announcements at the Game Awards. Like, so there's a lot of different areas where only E3 was the place for all your video game news for like a whole week. Like, it was just, I mean, I remember being super excited for E3 week just because like you're going to get so much new information. Like being I'm such a sucker for video game news and video game journalism that like it was like my favorite week. and it hasn't been in probably like 5 years. Like there hasn't been much. So this just seems like another kind of nail in the coffin of E3. But only time will tell. I think they need to do something, switch something up. They could still have a huge digital event, but they need interest, and they need announcements. They need something to showcase. So yeah. Do you ever follow that stuff, the E3 stuff when it came out, or just kind of?
I've never really sought it out. I mean, it just comes to you anyway.
It does.
But yeah, I remember, like you were saying, it was kind of thrown around in the media after the last couple about the death that's dying. It's dying out. I think, if they want to have a future, they probably need to get some of the big guys back on board. I guess from their perspective, why are you going to go and compete with the other giants of the industry if you can get just about as many eyes on your stuff without involving your competition? But I don't know.
Yep. We will see. One thing that is not dying, or has died and is now coming back to life. That was a struggle of a segue, but it's gonna work. Goldeneye 007, is it possibly rising from the dead? Is it coming to Xbox? So there are rumors, and they're pretty valid rumors based on what we've seen, of the 1997 Nintendo 64 game Goldeneye 007 coming to Xbox. So there have been photos streaming of a list of achievements for Xbox, 55 total achievements with 1,000 gamer score for the campaign and multiplayer, along with a thumbnail of the game, the game with the cover of the of the game on the website. So it seems pretty safe to say that at some point this is going to be coming to Xbox, but right now just a rumor, no official announcements. And on top of that, so like it's the 60th anniversary of 007. So they've been saying that they want all these big announcements coming. They want to have 007 everywhere. So this seems like a perfect opportunity to put it out there. But previously they've tried to put it out before Xbox, that is, because now that they own, they have Rare, but there have been rights issues. So I'm assuming rights issues with the 007 James Bond name. But yeah, that stopped it from being previously released before. Were you a Goldeneye player back in your day?
Played the campaign, but I feel like I really missed out because I didn't play multiplayer.
Dude, I played the multiplayer terribly. I was not good at it. I got destroyed every time. I hated it. I hated the game. But I think now that I've had a few, experiences with first-person shooters and stuff, I think I'd be much better. But maybe I'll get to find out real soon. It's exciting that I get to, make up for my shittiness from when I was a youngster. So, yeah, we'll see. So, 97. Yeah, I was old enough to be able to play this game properly, and I really I didn't. So I need some retribution. Hopefully, this is true information, and we get some official announcements coming real soon, because I'd love to get back in there.
Yeah, you think there will be like a league for this?
Oh man, yeah, there has to be, right?
I think so.
It's gonna compete with Halo and Call of Duty, but yeah, no, it'll be. I really want to see what that multiplayer looks like on one of these older games. So we'll see. All right, and lastly, all right, I got no segue for this one. Activision Blizzard is back to fighting the good fight. They recently filed a lawsuit against German-based Cheatmaker's engine owning. Now, there's 6 people named in the lawsuit, and what they do is they sell cheats to the public. So you could buy stuff like aim bots or trigger bots or like radar that lets you see through buildings, and it's only like $5 for 3 days of use to get this. Now, they do state when they're selling it that it may get you banned from playing the game, but Activision Blizzard, they're not having it. They want to put a stop to all these shenanigans. So
yeah, I read that they'd even sell you a some sort of way around it, like a spoofer that lets you bypass the ban.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's just a scumbag company getting sued. Good on you, Activision. Finally doing something right in this world. But Activision's lawyers, they wrote, Activision has spent and continues to spend an enormous amount of resources to combat cheating in its games. Notwithstanding those efforts, defendants' sale and distribution of the cheating software has caused Activision to suffer massive and irreparable damage to its goodwill and reputation and to lose substantial revenue. So, I don't know, man. I feel like this engine owning they're going to get destroyed. I don't think this company is going to be around for much longer.
Yeah. It doesn't sound good. Now, there's no doubt that people cheating, I had a lot of people complain about cheaters in Warzone. It's no doubt that, that drew some people away from the game who might have spent money. But I saw some numbers floating around. Activision is going to try to pursue $2,500 for every case of who they sold cheats to. And they say tens of thousands of people, so that is like $827 million. That's the number I saw.
This little
that company doesn't have $1 billion.
No, it's 6 people, just selling cheating software. Yeah, they don't have that money. Like, I'm sure they bought some nice cars and stuff, but yeah, I doubt that they're doing that. So.
Yeah, so I'm guessing Activision's strategy is ask for a super high number, and then you won't be disappointed when they settle for a lot less, or the court decides that they owe a little bit less than that.
Yeah, ultimately they want to just destroy this company, and
and send a message.
Exactly, yeah, and set a precedent for these other companies that are going to pop up trying to do the same thing, because they don't just sell for Call of Duty games; they sell for a ton of other multiplayer games. So yeah, it'll be I'm glad that they're getting taken down, and I hope they do. There is there is a gray area because they're not the people, they're just selling the product. They're not the ones taking that product and put it in and cheating with it, but they're making it available. So it is a little bit of a gray area, but ultimately I think Activision has a good chance to win this lawsuit. So
yeah.
All right, that's all I got. You got anything else to add?
Nope.
All right, that is it for our news of the week. Let's move on to our latest content creator of the week. All right, this week we are featuring a South African Valorant player named Pez22. She is a Twitch streamer. She is amazing at Valorant and a lot of fun to watch. So she's out there it's basically all she does. She's just crushing Valorant. She's like one of those, we talk about every week different types of players, and she's one that's just, playing one game and just playing it to the best of her ability. A lot of their clips were just, really just, she's having fun, she's kicking ass, and, she's on Twitch. So go check out her Twitch stream. She's on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. You can follow her on all of those. What do you want to add? Tell me a little bit. Yeah.
Really good stuff. Most of there are 11-minute videos, so you can watch a lot of this stuff in long form, but a lot of the videos she has up so far, quick clips, so very digestible. You can just go and scroll through half a dozen of them really quickly, and looks like some amazing plays. I haven't played Valorant in a while, so it's hard for me to tell, but looks like good stuff. And she's on, looks like all the major social media platforms. You can follow her there as well.
Yeah, I've never played Valorant, and I was still enjoy. This is one of the games that I've never played that I enjoy watching, because it's that 5v5. It's the same thing with like the Rainbow Six games. Like those are like they get intense. You know, when you're down to like the last person or whatever, you could get that. What do they call it? An ace. You could get an ace.
Oh yeah,
that's that's gamer lingo, dude. You probably don't know what that means. It's cool shit. Yeah. So yeah, go give her a follow. We'll put all her page information in the show notes. So check it out. Tell her that Gaming News Weekly says hey. All right. That's all I got. You got anything else that you want to add to this shit show?
Yeah, well, if you want your content to be featured, send us a message, and we'll take a look at it. If we deem it worthy, we'll put it in the show.
Yes, we are the people who deem things. I like to deem.
Yeah.
You're a demon. You're a demon. I've heard that about you. All right, that's it for our show. My name's Erock the Red. This is Full Clip. Follow us on Fruit Lab. He is also on Twitch out there trying to get those skins, baby. Follow him, fullclip_FL. You could check out my YouTube channel, Pop Culture Playground. I'm also on Twitter and Instagram under the same name. And yeah, go listen to this same podcast that you just watched. Now put it on your Zune or your iPod Touch and go listen to us talk about the same stuff. But now that you know where we're going, you'll be much more excited to hear about it. That's how that works.
Yeah, catch our next episode on Kazaa, BearShare, LimeWire.
Exactly. Get us on the LimeWire. But yeah, no, either way, go to Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Find Gaming News Weekly there. Give us 5-star reviews. That's how this gets out there. That's how people find us. They listen to us. They love us. We become billionaires. And and then then we're just done. We just move on. We go buy a video game cheating company and sweet cars and move on with our lives.
Yes.
All right. That being said, we're going to get the hell out of here. Thanks for watching. We will see you next week. Bye.
Later.